very, very diametrically opposite to what I did in Kahin Toh Hoga. And that's when I think the journey started of quitting it. And there was fear, there was questions about my own future. I said, but let's challenge myself. And that's how it started, and I quit it. And there was this year and a half and I did not get anything. People around me made it even more difficult because, the kind of stories that they would tell me. This is suicide, this is what it is. The publications, those time there was no social media, so there were articles being written about that, okay, he thinks he's too large for his boots and all of that stuff. Everyone tries to, drill in that insecurity. Probably it's their insecurity which they are trying to drill into me. So I was definitely asked to leave the house by my parents, not out of hatred, but maybe thinking that some sense will probably dawn on him and he'll come back. मत दो support, cushion मत दो तो अपने आप ही बच्चा वापस आ जाएगा. So I went to Kalupur railway station for those couple of 3 nights I remember. I remember there was this kinetic Honda, Kaini we used to call it, of a female friend जिनको मैं टिफिन देने जाता था. तो उनकी मैंने kinetic Honda लिया और मैंने कहा कि I'll keep this in the night, in the morning I'll come and drop it back. So I used to take that, park it, and then used to sleep on that platform, adopt one girl and just sponsor her life. And I realized, calculated everything. I said, this doesn't take much, to sponsor someone's education, food, stay. Producer called me because the producer had no choice, because the producer was on the wrong. And I said, I will let go of everything. Let that person call me.
Hi, this is Samina Sheikh here on Zoom channel, and with me right now I have the recluse, someone who's antisocial also, but also speaks, like his silence speaks louder than words. So join me as I welcome the one and only Rajeev Khandelwal, only on Zoom. Whenever I see you, I have seen that, when I have done interviews with you during lockdown, to how my observation has been, of you as an actor. I think that's a very good trait of yours, which is very different from the industry actors which we have come across. Being a reclusive, but at the same time coming in this field, how the journey has turned for you so far.
Amazing. I mean, it just turned out the way I wanted it to turn out. And I'm not antisocial, by the way. Okay. I could come across as a recluse, but I'm not. I think I chose to be a recluse, or maybe it just happened along the journey. But I'm not a recluse as a person. I just choose to do things my way, and that perhaps maybe makes me look like a recluse. I go with my belief system, and if that makes me stand apart, I just can't help it. I mean, not that I don't try to blend in. I try to be myself. I do not want to be a replica of anybody else. I want to be known as Rajeev for as long as I'm known. Simple.
That's interesting. Rajeev, you started off with something which became very popular. When I say so, you didn't start off with that, but Kahin Toh Hoga completely changed the game for you. You became the face where everyone would have crush on you. Women would prefer, watching you, and kids would really look up to you. The gentleman trait of yours, the chivalry, the way you would treat, the characters around you. That gave you a very good peak, but you were on the peak of your career and you chose to kind of just leave the show. That itself is a very difficult decision. Not many tend to take it. You literally came out of your comfort zone to do something else. How it was for you to kind of do something like that?
I didn't know what I was doing. I was just going by my gut. I was following my heart. It wasn't easy because, you come to Mumbai, within a year's time, you buy your own house. Yeah. You are insecure in many ways because you are looking to make a little space for yourself in Mumbai. And then you end up getting the show, and the show suddenly overnight makes you this popular character, and you're traveling across the world, like from Maldives to Dubai's and Malaysia's, for inaugurations, for events and all of that stuff. And then suddenly you realize one fine day that, listen, I cannot continue anymore. I don't know how it happened now. I mean, I know why it happened, but how it happened, I do not know. When did it start brewing inside me that I want to quit this one? And I know it must not have been easy. It wasn't easy because this is Mumbai. When you first come to Mumbai, you were lost in the sea of people. And you have those self-doubts. I used to have those self-doubts when I used to go for auditions, that will I ever be able to make space for myself in this huge, massive city? How will I ever be recognized? How will they pick me from an audition where there are 700 people, aspirants.
Yeah.
So from all of that to not deciding to leave was perhaps only because it just came all of a sudden from nowhere and I wasn't prepared for it. I've always said that. Even then I used to say that I wasn't prepared for it. I didn't refuse to believe that this is me. I knew that this is for the character, this is not for me. And because it was for the character, I just felt that I need to give it back to them, all those who are giving this love to me. I wanted to be honest to it. I wanted to feel good each time a woman looked at me or a kid looked at me or a senior person looked at me. And for me, when the love story got over in the series, I felt that now this would be cheating the audience because they've all been rooting for this love story and that's why. So when the love story came, kind of reached this climax and me and Sujal and Kashish, they come together. I realized that now we are doing it just because they are hooked onto our series. So beyond this, when we do, this love story is going to lose its sheen. And I wanted that love story to live forever. Some things are best left when you leave it at the peak.
True.
And for me, that was, it started from there. And I was begging for quality. I said, listen, there is no more honesty in the storytelling. Now we are just, okay, get him now divorced and then get him married to somebody else. I said, that would be not cheating. All those, Laila Majnu story doesn't end there. It ends up with Laila and Majnu probably dying.
And
it's them together, I mean, it's together. The moment they come together, that's the end of it. And when that wasn't happening, I said, I can't enjoy this. I can't sit on this throne of Sujal where everyone is just throwing themselves their love and, I mean, unreal tha. So I said, okay, I'm going to distance myself from it. There were many reasons, like I have always said. One was to figure out whether I'm anything better than Sujal. I mean, will I ever be able to replicate this? People, there used to be a term called one show wonder. So they all said, everyone who was in the reckoning told me, this is how daily soaps work. You have to make everything from the one daily soap, milk it as much as you can. Buy properties, make your bank balance. And I said, all this love and affection is coming my way. They all say Rajeev is a good actor, Rajeev is so and so. And I wanted to prove it to them that they are investing their love on the right person. So I wanted to be that right person. I said that can only happen if I can recreate this love in some other characters, in something very different, in something very, very diametrically opposite to what I did in Kahin Toh Hoga. And that's when I think the journey started of quitting it. And there was fear, there was questions about my own future. I said, but let's challenge myself. And that's how it started, and I quit it. And there was this year and a half and I did not get anything. Or I was getting very similar roles. And then something else happened and I said, okay, let's pick up this show called Left, Right, Left on a very small channel. It didn't have that kind of reach the way Star Plus had. And like I've always said, I just told myself, if you can make a show work on a smaller channel, the victory is going to be much bigger than doing something with a very established platform. They will probably get a TRPs of whatever it was back in the day, even on a blank screen, because so many people just turn up to watch it. So now you play my show, I would definitely it would be a successful show. But will they leave that platform and come on to watch me on a smaller platform?
That's
if they come,
tough choice.
If they come, but no, it's a tough choice. But if they come, the victory is bigger. If you like me, you find me.
Correct.
And if you find me, then I just proved it to myself that I deserve this love.
True.
So that was the whole thing about challenging myself. Is why I always say, by the way, when people ask me that you do television, films, OTT and all of that stuff, and I've always said that I want to be an actor who people look for. Okay, he's doing OTT, let's all go there and watch him there. He's doing films, let's go and watch him there. He's doing television, let's go and watch him there. He's doing theatre, let's go and watch him there. So if that happens, that is my true test of being a good actor. If I am limited to a medium, that you like me in films, but you don't like me on television, then probably is the charm of the big screen that you like me. I mean, I want to be true to my work, my worth. So if you like me, then you have to like me everywhere.
That's true. But also, you know, Rajeev, I must say that when you were kind of transitioning from the world of Kahin Toh Hoga to the world of Left, Right, Left, while you were equally thinking about the audience's love, there is also one backlog which keeps on taking place, which is you as an actor. You're dealing with a producer like Ekta Kapoor. Did that kind of change the equation between you and her, you know, because sometimes what happens, this industry doesn't like to hear no, and especially we know the stalwarts like Ekta Kapoor, Karan Johar. We have, heard a lot of stories around that. So how it was for you?
It was very, very difficult, and people around me made it even more difficult because, you know, the kind of stories that they would tell me. This is suicide, this is what it is. The publications, those time there was no social media, so there were articles being written about that, okay, he thinks he's too large for his boots and all of that stuff. Everyone tries to, drill in that insecurity. Probably it's their insecurity which they are trying to drill into me. And I know that it was not easy, but it made my battle even more exciting, you know. And I knew that they are not wrong when they are offended, because I am offending them. You know, it's all about business by the end of it. So if they are not appreciating or not liking the fact that I'm leaving a show when it is at its peak, which means I am actually jeopardizing their show, which probably would make a lot of money for the platform, for the channel, and for the production house. I don't think even I would have liked it, and I was prepared for it, and I said, okay, but I did it in a manner that they would always remember that I wasn't unprofessional. And I only know. So I knew that whether it's Ekta, whether it's Jeetu ji, whether it's Shobha auntie, I am not being unprofessional. And deep inside their hearts, they would know that he is not leaving it because of his idiosyncrasy. He is leaving it on a purpose, and I made it sure that they understand why I'm leaving it. Is why I said, I thought if they have the gravitas, they will understand. They will take some time, but they will understand what I was doing, which they did. Ekta called me back for some other shows, and I know that she doesn't hold any, at least I would like to believe that she didn't hold any grudge personally against me. It was a very professional hatred, let's say, if I have to use such a strong word, or dislike, which is very, very understandable and very, very justified as well.
Moving to Left, Right, Left, one show which we kind of even hummed to the lyrics of it. The song became so popular, and the entire character also. And of course, there were again a chemistry which was building. But one interesting fact about this, and you know, बारीकी से जो बहुत लोगों ने notice भी किया, which was you kind of deciding the uniform for yourself. You were so, because you belong to a colonel background, also the army background, you were too particular about that you ensure that you want to design it on your own. Tell us something about that, because an army background and then coming in the world of acting and doing something for your own self, tell us something on those lines.
So basically each time I would, every film or series or shows that I had seen prior to that, based on the army, I used to find it so funny that, why can't they just pay a little attention to the uniform? And being an army kid, I would say, this is not the rank. You can't wear so many stars. You're making someone who's an NCO look like an officer. And I used to always feel that the day I will play a character, I would at least be so correct in terms of my appearance and in terms of my body language, that if an army officer is watching it, shouldn't really cringe. Shouldn't feel that ye kya mazak banate hain hamari use ka. Is why I went to, used to go to Kolaba. And now that you're asking me, I just got a call a few weeks back from the officer who was posted there. And he remembered me because he met my brother somewhere. He's from Uttarakhand. So my brother said that he was in a party and he called me. He said, do you remember this Colonel so-and-so? I said, no. He said, you used to go to him for the army uniform and the badges and whatever, and he wants to say hi to you. And he said, Rajeev, you won't remember me, but I remember you. You used to come to our office through someone's reference, and you used to pick up, this is the star, how do I wear it, sir? You used to ask me, and I used to tell you that this is the correct uniform of a of this army guy that I was playing.
Yeah,
I mean, I just thought of it because he just called me last week. So yeah, I used to do that, pick up the right shoes, and I wanted to change everyone's uniform, but then I wasn't allowed to because I said, it would be fun to see real thing, but the whole academy was a little fictionized. There's nothing called KMA, so obviously you cannot make it IMA. But then I wanted me to be true to my job. So yeah, and that helped because I know that I looked like an army officer each time I wore that uniform.
While I said that, you do have this reclusive kind of personality, which kinds of attract also, I must say that. There is one side of you which is also rebellious, and that side I just wanted to kind of, punch into is when you wanted to get into the world of acting. Your parents were against it.
Yeah.
And as we hear also that, you kind of had to leave your house to just kind of find an earning for yourself. That phase was not that easy for you, but you ensure that you do something on your own, getting stuff from, art from Jaipur, selling it in Delhi. I told you, I'll do my research when it comes to you. Tell us about that, that's a lot. I mean, the Rajeev Khandelwal, which we didn't know, and I'm keen to know.
It's a long story, but I'll cut it short. Yes, I was definitely asked to leave the house by my parents, not out of hatred, but maybe thinking that some sense will probably dawn on him and he'll come back. मत दो support, cushion मत दो तो अपने आप ही बच्चा वापस आ जाएगा. अच्छा खासा लड़का है, intelligent लड़का है. ये क्या इसका फिल्मों का भूत चढ़ गया. Though my mom knew from childhood that किसको acting का भूत है. वो भूत उन लोगों ने डाला था मेरे अंदर. When I was in class 10, they took me for an audition where I got selected. They wanted me to leave home for 2 months. My dad did not allow. So he knew that there is this seed in him, which he's letting it sprout and grow into a tree. But then when it came to the decisive moment when you come out of your college and then you pick up your profession is when they said, okay, this could be just you would probably be allowing you to flirt with the idea, but then this cannot become a profession. From Jaipur, you're going to go to Mumbai and how?
Yeah.
But then somewhere I think I don't know. I mean, yeah, you can call, now I look back, I can call myself a rebel. Yeah. I didn't know back in the day that I'm being rebellious.
Yeah.
I think I just wanted to chase my dream and get done with it. I didn't want to wake up, like I've always said, that I didn't want to wake up every morning and think that...
Feeling that guilt kiya nahi kiya.
Not that, that if I had gone to Mumbai, I thought it's better hota.
Correct.
You wake up and say, I tried nahi kiya, maine nahi kiya. So I didn't want to live with that. I wanted to get done with it.
True.
And I wasn't finding enough energy to channelize into any other thing. Like I had options I had got job with some corporate companies and all of that. But I wasn't able to channelize. I think every day I was still feeling that, loser hai tu, try to kar ek baar, try to kar. ठीक है, दिखता है कि आपको कहाँ से try करूँ, try तो कर. वो try करने के लिए, of course, the paintings that you're talking about, I had to survive in Delhi, so I went through somebody and I met somebody at Pragati Maidan and I was close to his stall and he offered me that, sell these paintings in Delhi and I'll give you a commission on that one. And I said, this is an easy way to at least earn the money that I would need to look for an acting job. And that continued for a bit and I used to sell those paintings, whatever. Yeah. Sometimes I would sell the paintings and I would keep the entire commission to myself along with the cost of the painting. And not tell him that I have sold the painting because I needed that kind of money. I would probably get, let's say, 1,000 rupees on one painting. Okay, but there would be only 2 paintings selling in 2 months. So I had to keep that 2,000 rupees of the painting, the cost price, and then my commission. So anyway, there was a huge debt on me, I think about 20,000 on me from that gentleman. Maaru Jeevan ka naam hai. I will never forget because he never asked me for that money. But he knew that this debt is piling up. I knew that debt is piling up. And the moment anyway, after a few years when I kind of made money, I think I went up to him and I told him that I am forever indebted. And when I became an actor, when his daughter became an architect, I gave her my house in Jaipur to do it. I said, you're a first time architect, do up my house. Absolutely. So I had to give it back. It's not the volume. It's the act. I had to reciprocate that kindness of his. And she did the first house that she did, and Jaipur is my city. I knew that she can go around and tell the world that I did Rajeev Khandelwal's house in Jaipur. So yeah, that happened, and then one audition led to the other. All the failures and all the challenges which everyone faces, I went through all of that. I don't want to get into it. But yeah, one thing led to the other, and then many things led. Some failures led me to Mumbai. I came to Mumbai and I stayed with a friend of mine who's the cameraman, Deepak Malvankar. I owe him so much in my life. I don't think I can repay his debt ever. I stayed with him for a year, and then one of the auditions I was picked up by Balaji, and I moved into my own house.
The history is this, yeah.
Yeah, and there are many things in between, but then let's leave it for some other day.
But in between, there's this one thing which I would definitely like to highlight. Like we say, we speak about SRK's journey. When he came to Mumbai, he was on the platform, sleeping, having sleepers. I mean, of course, sleeping on the platforms. Finding a home was difficult, and Mumbai is like that a place. Even now, when you have a home, you still find it difficult to kind of get a place. You did something. You didn't do it with the intent. That was something which happened around you in Ahmedabad. For 3 nights, you were at a railway station.
Oh my.
And you were kind of a salesman kind of a person also. Tell us about that. And you were a college.
Well, how did you find this one, man? I mean, I must have spoken not very often about this one.
Yeah.
Okay, now so you're taking me back. Yes, I think that's who I am. And I think now...
People should be knowing who you are,
Yeah, so I never changed my colors, I think.
Yeah.
So back in the day when I was in college, I wanted to earn while I learn. Because I wanted to sponsor my own interests. And I started this tiffin business with a couple of my friends, and it didn't end up well. And I had left my college hostel.
Okay.
And when it didn't end up well, I realized I can't be asking for favors. Now, face it. Your call, face it. And for those few days and weeks, I didn't have any place. For a couple of days, I knew that I had a lot of friends who were in IHM, which is Hotel Management Institute. Then there was some people were in IM, some people were in Xavier, LD Arts, and those colleges in Ahmedabad. I knew that I could stay one night as a guest, but every night I couldn't ask from these favors from my friends. And then it reached a point where I had exhausted all my options of a couple of friends and the hostels. And then, so I went to Kalupur railway station for those couple of 3 nights, I remember. I remember there was this kinetic Honda, Kaini we used to call it, of a female friend, जिनको मैं टिफिन देने जाता था, तो उनकी मैंने kinetic Honda लिया और मैंने कहा कि I'll keep this in the night, in the morning I'll come and drop it back. So I used to take that, park it, and then used to sleep on that platform. But that has got nothing to do with this journey of mine, acting wali. The point is, yes, I did not...
You never gave up. I must say.
Yeah, and I did not want to take favors. I wanted to do everything myself. And if it's my call, I rather face the consequences, which is what I do today. If I do not probably, let's say, get the bestest of scripts to read, it's a consequence of my own decision.
Correct.
Like, so I face it. I said, okay, I cannot be saying the industry is unfair. A lot of people ask me, has the industry been unfair to you? No, it's been very kind to me. But yes, I would not lean upon anyone to draw support. I wouldn't borrow support. I wouldn't want anything to be, I wouldn't want help from anyone to create something of my own. I want to do it. So yeah, so I think that defined me as a person. I mean, again, I'm saying everything in retrospect, that okay, this is who I was and how it all shaped up.
And coming to Bollywood, starting with Aamir, but before that, it was Nawazuddin Siddiqui. We kind of know this story, and most of us know that. But like going, at Lokhandwala market and shouting and crying and laughing, this is something which we have never heard of, to be honest. And to transition from that to now, being a lawyer, how things have worked for you? Because as you said, like you also kind of choose, the path of it. Aamir was not an easy movie. Even now, when we go and watch it, it has an impact. It connects to the harsh reality of life. To now, even playing a role like this, which is again the dark connection of what exactly happens. You are someone who doesn't try to trade the fake side of entertainment media or even the society. You're always authentic for that. How do you keep your standing while also knowing the industry is not that prepared for it?
So I have figured one thing: as long as you are real, as long as you're true, you're not being somebody else. The world loves you, respects you if you have it in you. If you command respect, you will get it. not by trying to be someone else, but by being yourself. For me, example, like you said, Aamir. Aamir happened not because I wanted to get into films. Aamir happened because it just came my way. It was just one of the projects, and I did Aamir, and I didn't know. I mean, it was not an easy film. Yes, you are right. I mean, I can write a book on how we shot Aamir, and you're right. It's a very relevant film even today. Anyone who watches it comes to me, and they don't seem to forget it because it touches the right chords. It was written very, very well, executed very, very well. And post Aamir, suddenly everyone started talking things about me. I had all the agencies coming up to me, they wanted to sign me, and I won't take names, but everyone was in my 2 BHK house, which was in a very middle class society, and they would all want to be there. Okay, come on this, and I didn't want to be part of a roster. Roster is called?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
you know, yeah.
Yeah, the PNL.
Yeah, मतलब जो भी कि अच्छा ये हमारे लोग हैं, ये हमारे चीजें हैं. I didn't want to be part of a group of people where you are selling me like vegetables. Ki, okay, we have the premium vegetable, you know, this is imported broccoli and this is potato. So I didn't want to be part of that stack of vegetables. So I said, no, I'll charter my way on my own. I just wanted, so I hired somebody who I met through a friend of mine, and then of course things followed. So I realized one thing after Aamir, by the way. So the premiere of Aamir happened, and there was the very respected names who came for the premiere. From Shyam Benegal to almost everyone from the industry, and I remember everyone coming up to me and saying, what have you done? I still didn't know what I had done. I said, I did a project, I'm glad it's working, and it's very happy. Everyone was happy, and I went on a holiday. You know, now I know, when I look back and I say, in the present time, probably even I would have thought, now milk it. Yeah. And there I was on a holiday, living one of my dreams of actually taking a pickup truck and going to some Jim Corbett National Park all by myself.
Yeah.
So, but when I came back, and till date, I'll just say one thing. I have only met senior people from this industry, my contemporaries or my peers or my seniors, who walk up to me. I have never seen anyone kind of not looking at me and smiling. I do not know. It's just, they've been so kind to me. May not be translating into the work that kind of I would have also liked to do besides what I'm doing. But they come and say, I mean, the kind of things that they come and say. Yeah. And I'm tempted to take names, but I don't want to do that. But yeah, they've been all very kind to me. So, and I know they like the real Rajeev. They're talking about the real Rajeev and not the Rajeev. Probably the other Rajeev they wouldn't even know because I don't sell it in that market.
Of course. Yeah.
So they know it. I mean, I'm talking about the most senior people, whether you meet them in a flight or in the lounge or anywhere else or at events, they come and they make it a point to say कि तू मुझे ना बहुत अच्छा लगता है. Or they would say the standard line has been, stay the way you are. Just stay the way you are, Rajeev. And that gives me a lot of strength. And even if they had not said it, I would have still stayed the way I am. So it's been difficult and easy at this, like I said it, you know, it's been easy and difficult both because the world keeps drilling this insecurity in you all the time. And now they say, I just met someone who said that, you know, now it is so, I can say that you stuck to what you believed in right in the beginning. So now that you've proved it, so now we cannot say that you are saying it for the sake of saying it.
One more thing to add, the personal aspect of your life, which we love the way you have always shielded it, but at the same time, you being a man and the man of, you know, dreams of a lot of people out there, one thing which is very inspiring about you is adopting a girl child at a very young age and kind of, you know, taking care of her when she was young and continuing doing that. That comes with a lot of sanity and having that sympathy and empathy, especially, you know, for having a child. Tell us about that, and at the same time, you know, getting married to the love of your life and continuing that journey while you're also working and simultaneously balancing both the sides of the world.
So first thing, let me not glorify the adoption part because I don't think I did anything great. And also there was a lot of misinformation about me adopting that girl child. What I did in 2005, I think, which was very early in my career, I went to this institute called Muskan, it was, where I met these people. I had gone there as a chief guest, and I saw the state of these girls, and I realized what they were doing for those girls, and all I had to do was adopt one girl and just sponsor her life. And I realized, calculated everything. I said, it doesn't take much, to sponsor someone's education, food, stay, whatever. It doesn't take much. It wasn't, and I said, this is probably my 2 days of work or 3 days of per day back in the day when I was working.
Yeah.
Or 1 episode fee or 2 episode fee for a year.
Oh, okay.
My 1 episode fees
Yeah.
can sustain somebody's life for a year.
That's very
And I said, why not?
Yeah.
Do this much, or 2 episodes, not 1, sorry, or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So let's say even if I was paying ₹1,00,000 for a year, but for ₹1,00,000, here is someone who is growing into a finer human being, and then I don't want to glorify it again. I thought it was everyone's. I mean, I won't say that it's everyone's duty, but I'm saying if you can extend that little hand to somebody, you will always feel so good about it, because there are people who had extended their hands to me.
True.
So I know how it feels. So you do that, and I was just doing that till she joined her college, and post that, now she's resettled. They settle them with their family, or not the family, because it's about single mother who cannot really handle it. So now she's settled. So now I'm done with Swati. Like, she's in her own life, she's doing well.
Wow.
Yeah, and then of course meeting Manjiri, who came from nowhere, absolutely nowhere, and I wasn't prepared for a relationship, because I'd never thought of a relationship, that I'll get into a relationship. I think that's what happens. Magic happens when you meet the person, and I only wanted a relationship with her.
Yes, you chose a relationship for a very long time. Then basically.
Yeah, no, but I fell in love with her after a point, and I would be always scared, because of course with all the women and girls all around, you would probably meet with somebody, or you're with somebody for a day or two, or whatever. A typical guy, I would say.
Yeah.
I used to really be scared of using the word love for anyone, because I didn't want to take anybody on an emotional journey and then not fulfill that journey. Till I met Manjiri, and when I met Manjiri, it was again from nowhere. I'd never expected to meet someone who says, "You are." I said, "I'm Rajeev, Khandelwal." Oh, you don't know me. In my head, I just smiled.
Of course, yeah, it happens, no?
Okay, so you basically are trying to tell me that, listen, I will not even try and tell you that I know you.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'm an actor. And everyone around was, of course, saying she said, no, really, I was in London and I was studying and all of that stuff. And then I think I was meant to meet her. I was meant to be with her. Yeah. And then, again, a different chapter and different story, but then ended up being with her. And I realized that I'm being with a woman who I can, not that we're similar people, we're very different people, very different people. But I could resonate a lot of things with her. I knew that she's someone who is grounded, who understands the things that I would like people to understand. She's kind as a person. She's a lot of things were kind of gelling. I live in a certain way in my house with my team. I have a team of people, and I wanted her to not really respect, because I do that, follow this model, but I was hoping that someone comes and gels into this one, also finds it correct, which all happened. Sometimes two opposite people, but the same ideology in life, probably. So I think we had the same ideology in life, and and we're having fun. I mean, from day one, it just feels like we've only had fun. I mean, it's just like I do when I'm not working, I'm spending every single moment with her or around her. I mean to say, I don't go on a solo holiday and चले गए कहीं पे घूम के आ गए दोस्तों के साथ में. We look forward to our holidays all the time. That okay, आप चलेंगे. So it's been
one
beautiful.
more belief which is instilled in you, and which is rare also, but at the same time, because the society objects that, which is atheism, which you have confronted, that you do follow that without disrespecting any religion, but being an atheist. So many times people also face backlash for it. Like when even Javed Akhtar, kind of confronted, being an atheist. People don't accept that, because they always want to have this thought that there is someone, above there, and though we believe in these energies of, of the universe and, God being there are different theories around it. How did you kind of, of course, like, following something like this, you have categorize it because there are people around you also who may not follow it?
So I call myself now, of course, an atheist is an extreme term. I think I'm an agnostic. You know, people, if you're following a religion, I'm very respectful towards your feelings. I don't believe in anything. I just don't believe in anything. I believe in this moment. I believe in myself. I believe in my deeds, my acts, and I believe in doing it now. I don't want to borrow, like I said, I don't want to borrow strength from even someone who is not around.
Energies,
I would not want to. But that's me, and I think there's no harm in it. If you are God-fearing, don't instill your fear in me. You know, we coexist, and the whole way of coexisting with people in this whole world is to respect each other. Nobody is superior, nobody is inferior. Respect. Live and let live, I think. You know, it is the right thing that can help our society to live peacefully, harmoniously, and prosperously. So I live with that, by that belief, live and let live. So yeah, a lot of people think, somebody says कि उस temple में चल, मैं क्या चलो ना, तुम हाथ जोड़ो, तुम करो, तुम हाथ जोड़ोगे, मैं हाथ भी जोड़ लेता हूँ मैं. My belief is not to tell the world that I don't believe in God. You believe in it, I will respect. If you want me to bow down, I'll bow down to your God.
Correct.
It doesn't. But deep inside me, do I borrow strength? Do I hope that He does something and something changes in my life? Because I know that till the time I don't change, nothing will change in my life. So I remember when very, very early in my career, people, when they asked me, what advice would you give to outsiders? And it has been a standard thing, and I love what I said, and I'll say it all the time. Believe in God, believe in luck, but most importantly, believe in yourself, because that is what shows.
It's true.
Anywhere, any situation, your belief in luck, your belief in God won't show. It's your self-belief. You may draw strength from anywhere, but that self-belief is so important. I said that's my funda in life, and that's advice that I can give it to anyone. That from my life, I believe this. I mean, this is my motto: believe in God, believe in luck, but most importantly, believe in yourself, because that is what shows.
That's true. And on that note, also, you know, as we also come, you know, close to the end of our interview, also one more thing about you, and as you said that, you know, you believe in yourself. One thing which you kind of even diagnosed in a way is the social media patterns right now in terms of media and the paps. You have not bowed down to the fake culture, which does happen, where celebrities call the pap at a certain situation and kind of cover, and even, you know, airport spotting, and following which you have never really counted on how your social media presence is going to be. You have been there, up there, you know, managing your account, but at the same time, you know, someone just trying to create a kind of a gist of a story just to be out there. In an industry which kinds of thrives on attention and, you know, wanting that, you know, that kind of lure around them, you have chosen to kind of draw that line also, you know. How easy and difficult it is for you?
It's very easy for me, actually, because firstly, how I am on social media reflects a lot of me. So it's very easy for me, because that's how I am as a person. I don't want you to peep into my life all the time. I don't think I'm great shakes to be telling the world that this is how I look in this profile, that profile, or this. I don't think so. So it just works for me. Not that I've done it with a reasoning or with a planning, with a plan in hand. Whoever is active on social media, it's their choice and their game plan, and I totally respect it. I do it because it doesn't work for me. Sometimes it does get tempting. The word I would use is tempting, not difficult, because when people come and offer you money and they say, listen, this, and when people very close to you say, "Ye tu pagal hai kya?" You are getting this much absolutely free of cost. All you have to go there and get yourself clicked. And it's a barter system, you know. You don't have to buy. You keep buying your own clothes. And for events, you buy your own clothes. You buy your own stuff. Why do you need to do this? Brand, pehn ke khatam karna. Say, nahi yaar, mujhe na. I don't want to be telling the world. People who kind of follow me, I don't want to be selling something else in the garb of showing them how much I love them. I don't know. I don't do collabs. You must not.
I've never seen
And
that,
there's so many collab requests come, and I say, nahi yaar, let it be organic. This is just and I'm here only for them. Why am I on social media? I'm not active, but why am I on social media? I'm active only because, not active. My account is there only because I need a platform from where I can voice my opinion if I have to, or the day I feel I need to. You know, with, like, you would know that the whole things have changed
Yes,
completely.
dynamics have changed.
Yeah, totally. So it's no more, you wouldn't believe, also with AI coming in, you would never believe what is being said about you, what is being
Yes.
spoken about you, what is the truth, what is not the truth. It's so confusing, is why I've chosen to retain my account, so that if I have to express my opinion on something, I have this one on Rajeev Khandelwal's account where I can speak to you, speak to the world.
Yeah.
Also, one way I realized that I came on social media because of promotions of my series, and I am obliged to promote my shows, my series that I'm part of.
Yeah.
And I realized that now things have changed, so I'll have to be there. I mean, I cannot borrow handles.
Someone else's,
Someone
handle,
else's
yeah.
hand. So I kept it open. And third, and I think the most important thing is, because I get so much of love, once in a while, I feel the need to reciprocate that love. But I don't want to get again attached to that love so much that it becomes a leash on me, that I need to be there. And yeah, there are many things I can say. I mean,
And just
with
to
the
add to
PAP thing
this-
and whatever you were saying, it suits me. I mean, again, I know that how it functions, how it operates, but I think I'm not comfortable doing it, and I don't want everything comes down to that basic nature of mine. I don't want to borrow support.
Yeah.
I don't want to borrow support of yours to further my career. If I have to further my career, they're going to be my efforts. But those who do it, they are using it right. Like they say, your social media game. They're playing that game, and they're playing it brilliantly, very deftly, I would say.
But that, just to add to this, and as we speak about social media, even I am there on social media, but I sometimes feel that why to seek validation from others when you know what you are as an individual. And I think that is somewhere which I felt, your trait is like that it's like you don't want to seek validation and approval that this is okay, is that okay, is that not. A lot of actors are falling prey to that, because the PR team is saying, you have to do this only, you have to do that only, then only people will interact, then only things will work for you, then only promotions will happen to your contacts, and a lot of things also get misinterpreted.
Yeah.
Somewhere you have kind of balanced that out, and I think that's not that easy also. But do you face challenges now, because when a director or a producer is seeking your work, they want to see your social media game also.
Yeah.
And that is something which has been an additional clause, since like few years down the line. And a lot of actors who are very great, like Anina Gupta, Sandhya Mritul, also find these challenges because they want that thing to be there, to amping up on social media.
Yeah, I do face those situations where I'm told that along with you, we have this ensemble cast where, and I say, I'm sorry, but can I see some work, because I'll be interacting, 10 million followers, and then I say, but what about the acting jobs? No, that works and it will happen and this and that. Or sometimes somebody reaches out to you, say, can you like the script? And you say, okay, I really liked it. And then after a few days, they say that, no, yaar, it's like they really like Rajeev, but the thing is that he's so dead on social media. Tell him to be like, they will tell my manager, why is he not active on social media? I said, okay, absolutely fine, bhaiya, मुझे नहीं करना, हम नहीं करेंगे साथ में काम. But then because of that, I will not start playing this game, because I don't want to be drawn into it because of compulsions in life. And those who do it, like I'm saying, I do feel that one of the casualties of social media has been that self-belief, because everyone is seeking validation.
Yeah.
Not just from my industry. What is, I
It's
look
become
around.
a universal thing right now.
You put up something and then you only want to know how many likes I've got.
Yeah.
And which is a very human nature. I think I keep myself away from temptations.
Wow.
I've kept myself away from temptations right from the beginning.
And how do you manage
Women all around, right, this is not for me, this is for somebody else. Stay away.
Wow.
This is not for you. This is a temptation. Do not do one collab also, Rajeev.
Yeah.
Once you realize that, oh, I can travel to so-and-so country and everything is sponsored, you just becomes used to it.
Yeah.
So I've kept myself away from those temptations, because I've seen everyone, which is a human nature, because once you start seeking validation, you want to know, because then it disturbs you also. इसमें सिर्फ BC comment है.
Yeah.
And you don't realize when your mindset is getting shaped by others, you are becoming a parasite. You are slowly becoming a parasite because you're living off others.
Yes.
I've been saying this I've said this a number of times, that this is a joke with all my close people who say, you must have also heard, they listen to a very, very busy day, now I want my me time. And the me time is going on Instagram or going on social media.
Yeah.
And I tell them that, listen, that's not your me time, that's their time. you know, and then you wake up in the morning, and I've said it a number of times, I'll say it here again. I actually tell them that तुम लोग कितने कमाल के लोग हो यार, कितना तुम लोग selfless लोग हो. मतलब you sleep thinking about somebody else, you wake up knowing about somebody else. You don't realize that कि यार थोड़ा योगा भी कर लेते morning में. You don't keep yourself anywhere. And look at me, this selfish Rajeev, who doesn't care about what anyone else is doing, so self-centered. And they know that I'm being sarcastic, but that's the truth, that your actually last thought is somebody else, the first thought is somebody else.
Yeah.
You've probably forgotten about yourself. Great souls.
That's true. And I must say that, you know, there is something to adopt from you now, which is, you know, these selfish traits where you think about yourself also all the more.
Yeah, I tell very close people that, you know, मैं कितना देखो सुबह उठते मैं सोचता हूँ कि यार अभी मुझे क्या करना है, अभी योगा करनी है, फिर वर्कआउट करना है, फिर वो जूस पीना है, फिर वो सर मुंह पे पैक लगाना है, एक काम टाइम और मुझे मेडिटेशन भी कर लेता हूँ. And then somebody says कि did you see this? मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है यार, you मतलब I want to focus on myself right now.
Keep the attention.
Yeah, but that's how the world is. That's the direction. I don't know how it will shape up, going down a few more years, but that's a big change that I'm seeing. Seeking validation from others.
Yeah. But that's very commendable of you, that to also have that control over the years which you have developed in yourself. Not everyone can actually, you know, because the industry is as such where you feel like, chalo, theek hai, you know, it's okay. And then you just keep on doing and doing, and then you just don't come back from what you have done. And so many people also fail to then, you know, reckon what they were as a personality versus what they are now. I must say that you have controlled that. At the same time, when you started off, you were into direction. Somewhere when you are doing your lines, when you're doing your acting, does that director role in your mind activates, you know, while reciting certain lines or doing in a certain manner? Because I've seen that, you know, whenever you're saying a dialogue, you're very precise about how you want to convey, and you're very clear with your speeches also. So tell us about that.
Yes, it does. It does help. That little stint of mine behind the camera really helped me. Though I was busy making documentaries, but still the way of putting something together is the same. You know, whether it's documentary or it's fiction, it's about putting a thought together and presenting it. So it did help me initially. I think that is one thing that really gave me an edge over other actors, because I would know what lighting is all about. In a sense, why is it important to come and stand on your mark? You know about the profile. You can't just do anything without understanding where the camera is placed. What is the importance of throwing the pitch? Why when a sound recordist comes to you and says, sir, थोड़ा सा जोर से बोलो ना, and then some actors would say that कि अरे यार dubbing कर देना है, मैं emotion में हूँ, but they don't understand. It's very important for audience to understand what you're saying to get that emotion also. Yeah. And of course, while you're sitting on the monitor, it is very important to understand. Now, after this shot, the director probably is seeing that he is going to be cutting to another shot. Yeah. Now, where do you give him a cut point? You can't just keep going on. When you're improvising, you need to realize that I have to give edit points, cut points to the director, so that if he doesn't like what I'm improvising, he can chop it off. Yeah. I can't be giving an end with emotion so that he can't cut it. Yeah. A lot of actors use it to their advantage also. If they want to have the upper hand, they would probably do something which they know cannot be removed in the edits. Yeah. So I think it's a very important, I mean, I'm happy that I kind of understand that. And most of the times when I'm performing, after the scene gets over, I see it from a director's perspective also. I do. That okay, if he's asked me to do this way, this is how it's going to go. So let me try my energy up, you know, in his vision instead of my vision. So it does help. Those things really help.
And lastly, as we also move to the end of this interview, one thing which comes to my mind when I see the craft of work which you have done, making a document series also, you know, Samarpan on Doordarshan.
Oh, baap re. Do we know each other from those years?
I was a fan of your work, so I must say
that. I know, whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, but Samarpan, you know, something you have done. Then you have done Filmi Chakkar, which you started. But Samarpan is a document series.
On PVC winners it was.
Yes, and a work like that. Tell us about that, A. And B, making a document series. You as an actor, do you see your life as a documentary, or do you see it as a film on a board? How do you see your life? I know it's a very lengthy extension to it.
I know, but I hate glorifying my life, because I feel everyone has a beautiful story. Yeah. And I wouldn't say that if my life is documented well, it is going to be a very filmy story. Yeah. No, everyone's story is filmy. Where we all those who have come from outside to Mumbai, not just in our field, let's say in any other field, you sit down and hear those stories, you will actually be so moved and you'll say, what a beautiful story यार. कहाँ काम किया? मैंने पहले उस दुकान पे काम किया, फिर मैं उस सर के साथ में था, फिर मैंने इनकी गाड़ी चलाई, फिर मैंने अपनी गाड़ी खरीदी. You know, if you really hear the story, if that was my story, would have sounded so beautiful. But just because the other one is not a celebrity or not a popular face, it may not be of any interest to us. But everyone has a beautiful story, so my story is not better than anybody else's. But yes, if I were to look back, now that you pulled out from Kalupur days to now, I am also feeling that, अरे यार, story तो अच्छी रही है तेरी.
हाँ, काफी अच्छी है.
अच्छा है.
एकदम फिल्मी है.
Yeah, filmy है. और अभी तो filmy moments, because I don't want to glorify my life, is why I have not spoken about those filmy moments, which were like filmy moments. And there have been so many filmy moments, and all the beautiful moments in life are filmy moments.
If you could share like one of those, because see, now I've done my research, you have kind of exhausted me. One thing which you could just reveal for the fans out there, for the people out there, you know, because the Rajeev, the other side of Rajeev.
Filmy things. Unfortunately, in my industry, if I say, I will have to take names for people to understand what I'm talking about, is why I don't want to do that, but they've been very filmy. To just tell you this, which I did not know that I was doing this and this is going to be filmy. I was only going by my instinct. I meet a producer in a conference room, and I made the just a few months back, I made the producer call me because the producer had no choice, because the producer was on the wrong, and I said, I will let go of everything. Let that person call me. He's asking me for a favor, na? Through you guys, through the CEOs and through the CFOs. You guys are requesting me that your job will be at stake, because now that you have overstepped the commitment, you have to pay me for that one, which was there in the contract. Now, if you want me to let go of that one, let the producer call me now. How can the producer call Rajeev's name, such a big name? I said, no, then I'm sorry, boss. This is in contract. And I was reminding you of the contractual obligation. And then the producer has to call me. And I say, yeah, hi, is this about the money? Do not talk about money. I'm letting it go. But I want you to know that I did a favor on you. You may be such a big name, but for these few lakhs of rupees, 30 lakh of rupees, you made a call to me. So remember, I am in a better position. I may not look for the world, but in my head I know, you called me up to say, please let go of 30 lakh rupees. Fill me. And then much later they called me to the conference room. And I'm hearing something else. And then the producer says, I'm made to call actors. And I say, my manager, I say, listen, I think I'm done with this meeting. And I get up. He said, please sit down. I said, no, I'm done with this meeting. You call me. And I walk out. I know what I'm doing, the consequences of what I'm doing. But I know I'm not on the wrong. So I get a call much later. And the producer said, let's have lunch. I said, I won't come to your office. I'm calling you home. I said, now we'll talk. I said, absolutely fine. You were right. Your ego could be hurt. My self-respect was hurt.
Wow.
Simple. Filmy.
Yeah, it's very filmy.
I'm done with this meeting, boss. Let's go. And the producer is saying, sit down, please. This is like a very big meeting happening. I said, I'm done with this meeting. You may be this producer, but filmy.
It's very filmy. This is very filmy. And then the work happened, like you all connected together, or just
we met for lunch, but then the projects never. I refused to do it.
Wow. So you took a stand for yourself.
I just
said,
said,
that's
this
stand.
is what I said, okay.
Working on your self-respect.
Yeah.
That's who he is actually, and that is why I was very curious to kind of see the other side of Rajeev, and I kind of tried exploring as much as I can in my interviews.
You did wonderfully.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rajeev, for your time today, and I must say that this was a lovely interaction with you. We do meet you very rarely, to be honest, but this one I really loved it. Just to get to your heart and your head.
Likewise,
you so much.
I mean, I really appreciate when people whom I'm speaking to do their research so beautifully, and then they made you speak. You actually took me back to my journey. I hadn't spoken about Kalupur railway station for the longest time, and then you did your. That's what journalism is all about, guys.
Thank you so much for
all
being
the
on this
best.
show, and all the very best. Thank you.